See this? I just ran the report on the ownership of 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. Get ready. This is no longer a conspiracy. This is Khazarian Mafia. Khazars running everything. This is unbelievable. When you run a background check, you can see who is the ownership, like the ownership of the building or the address, any address. You get the DUNS number, all of it. Now, in this case, no name is attached, but it's registered under 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue LP. However, the previous owner is listed at, wanna bet, 45 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York. What do we have there? Baby! The Rockefeller Plaza building. And here, you see all these zodiacs signs. To those of you who don't understand, these practitioners of that craft, they do that on specific dates. The Rochefellers are one of the families who are the Khazarian Mafia. Like the Rothschilds, you know. There's so many more names, but let's stick to Rockefeller right now. There's this astrological part to it that you need to keep in mind. See, spells and those big acts do not happen on random days. And I know that because I've been researching every date, anything big or crucial happened in America. Like, let's say 9/11. How important was that date? Let me show you what the planetary alignment is on November 3rd this year at midday here. This is astrologically. We have Mercury, Mars, and Sun. And then we have here in alignment goes with Venus. And if you go back, you can see over here we have also Pluto. That means something big is happening that day. That's not just a random choice. And the time is exact. Now, look at how it's going to look like in Bethlehem. Look at this. Pluto, Mercury, Sun, and Venus. Or something is going definitely to happen. Something is going to happen that day. This is not a random choice they made. There are things I'm afraid to tell you here on TikTok that I already know for a fact. Like how important the date 9/11 actually is historically. Like how your worldview would change if you knew what happened on September 11th, many centuries ago. If you knew the importance and the value of that date, you wouldn't just remember the attack on 9/11 for that date. I promise you that. Not saying that it's not important. All I'm saying is there's a reason why they chose that date to make that attack and the consequences it had on America and the world and everything. Jesus Christ, they're planning something. These Khazars are known to have used black magic. Black magic is not just, what you see in the movies and they make it look like it's a joke. No, that involves serious, heavy rituals, serious paying attention to constellations because the energies of the planets affect us all. Now, I'm not saying that planets make us do things. No, God created everything as above, so below, as within, so without. Like we are all God's creations. So without a doubt, but we spend here on earth up to 100 years, but all of this will remain here. That being said, you think all of this has no value? God will always leave us guidance. All we have to do is look up and pray in the heavenly sky. I'm just gonna give you this little taste of how important astrology in this aspect is. So this is the date. And what we are expected to see that date. Look at this. You see the planets, how they are all aligned? Do you see this massive alignment? Just so happened. Now let's look at the alignment on 9/11. At 5:41 was the attack. You see this? I'm going now by minutes, 10-minute intervals. Do you see this planetary alignment? What, you think it coincidentally happened so? Just, astrology has nothing to do with it. Remember, it was the three wise men who found and were able to locate the birth of Christ. They knew when he would be born and where he would be born based on the stars. The whole Bible has bazillion references to the Bible. How about Warren Buffett? Millionaires do not use astrology. Billionaires do. You think that was just a comment that had no value? Right. Boy, oh boy, their days are so numbered, and they know that. Hun Ahan, man, get ready. Anyone remembers what happened on November 22nd, 1963 at 12:30 p.m.? Just leaving it here, okay? Right here is the date and time. Look at that. Mars is the planet of aggression and attacks. Mercury and Sun. Mercury is logistics and communication. The Sun is the ego, the self, the person. Look at the planetary alignment of that date. Let's go to the 9/11. Let's go back in hours. Something that was done in the hidden and then comes to light. We have Sun and Mercury. And then the date that is posted on that website. Do you see this? Again, together, Sun, Mercury, and Mars. That's expected for that date. Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Just saying, guys. None of it is ever a coincidence. That's not enough? I have something else for you. The website itself is registered at 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue on the 10th floor, okay? The report confirming where it was the owner, the previous owner. Now let's go and check this address one more time. I posted this video earlier explaining to you that Christopher Columbus, that discoverer, wasn't a British man. He came from Europe, then he traveled to UK and came as a British man to America and did what? Took over American land, right? And Native Americans got slaughtered, and what followed? Slavery. That part of history you all remember as a British man coming here and colonizing America. That's not what happened. It was a Khazar that came from Britain, and I'm gonna show you the proof for it. They're so braggy about their achievements, they can't hold back. It's like typical criminal mentality. Like they need to show off. The address, okay? You go on the address on the map. You click here, and then it allows you to actually see the street view. Let's go and see the street view. And here you go. You have this big Rockefeller Center. And let's look a bit closer to the signs and symbols, because they won't hide it. Look at this. Here, indigenous people illustrated right there, holding bows and arrows and you name it. Here we have a ship that is traveling, and then above it you have workers who are working. You see this? An empire built. And look at this at the top. Those who are living their lavish life because the sun is shining upon them, because they are the chosen ones. It's just pathetic. So much ego.